preview, and welcome to the show. This is Stephen in Wiltshire in England, and today we're going to look at Be.Live TV version 2. So welcome, and as you settle into your seats, I will tell you that I'm running version 2 in the background, and I'll show it to you in a moment. I just want to make sure, I'm just going to check that I'm live on Facebook on my own page, and I'm broadcasting from Be.Live.tv. Right, this is an overview of Be.Live version 2. Be.Live version 1 arrived or was revealed on October 16th, 2017. That's a long time ago. Or was it 16? It's a long time ago. In that time, since then, they have sort of taken the whole of Be.Live.tv and they have rebuilt it. And they've rebuilt it to give us version 2, which has many enhancements in relation to version 1. And I'm going to show those to you over the course of the next few minutes. So, without further ado, let's bring onto the screen version 2. And I'm going to put it full screen so you can actually see it and you can hear me in the background. And if you go full screen, you'll be able to see version 2 of Be.Live.tv. And I'm going to skip over there. You can still see me. I'm at the bottom of the screen there, and I'm still around. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that you can have different themes on Be.Live.tv. There's the classic one that we're used to. Okay, and the background was set, and it's been set that way since Be.Live.tv began. But now you can actually choose your own background, and I've chosen turquoise or turquoise, depending on where you are. Now, you can have a solid color like that, or you can use an image, and if you use an image, then background wise, you can pick any image that you like. And I'm going to apply that, and that now becomes your new backdrop. If you've got any questions as I'm going through this, then please do ask them. And if you go full screen, you get a better idea of what we're looking at and what the system is capable of. Okay, now in Be.Live version 2, you can select a destination, and you get a drop down to be able to do that, and you can switch between. You can add your camera, and connecting your camera is relatively straightforward. You can invite a guest. Now, when you invite a guest, you give your guest the link, and that link is static. Now, this means that the link will stay the same for every single show that you do. I'm inside the Be.Live TV version 2 studio, and this is my place, and it remembers what I'm doing. So I can set up, and you'll see in a minute, I can upload images onto the screen. And the fact that I can have, well, I can have anything I like. Okay. The fact that the link is static, and I'm going to take that off the screen so you can actually see a bit more of it. Okay, the fact that the link is static means that it's going to stay there forever and a day, which means that you can use that link to invite guests onto your show. And if you're using messenger bots, then all you need to do is attach the bot, copy the bot, attach the bot to the new show. That's it, job done. And it's so simple and straightforward because you're not having a different link every time you have to have a new show and invite a guest. And that's, to my mind, that's important. It makes promotion of a show a lot easier. And well, okay, now in terms of screen share, that's what I'm doing at the moment. And you can screen share an entire screen, you can screen share an application window, you can screen share a Chrome tab. And at the moment I'm sharing a tab, but I'm going to cancel that and come back to here. And if you are watching, say hello, and we say good morning to Tish. And what I'm going to do, so you can actually see me, and perhaps it makes more sense, is if I go picture in picture that way around, then you can see me and you know that I'm live and actually talking about Be.Live.tv version 2. Now, Be.Live have been listening to everything that we said about what we'd like to see. So camera, you can change the camera whilst you're live. Inviting a guest is a fixed link. Absolutely brilliant. You can share your screen, and sharing a screen, I shared the other day the Monaco Grand Prix, and I've got to tell you, the speed of the share is impressive. You were actually watching the live Grand Prix. I obviously didn't, because of copyright reasons, I didn't go public with it, but I went into a private group and was able to share the. I'm going to switch that off. You'll be able to see me on screen in a minute. Okay, and there's going to be a delay, so I'm going to take myself invisible again. Okay, so carrying on our tour of Be.Live TV version 2, and picture in picture is a good idea, says Tish. Thank you. Yep, it shows people I'm actually here. Although I'll come to a point in a moment, and it is very interesting what you can actually do, because on version 2, you can actually appear without having your camera switched on. You can switch the camera off and be voice only. Now, in terms of doing a slideshow or a podcast, or being a guest on a show and not wanting to appear on camera, it's all catered for. You can switch your camera on and off as you wish, and you could have a voice only show. It's so simple and so straightforward to do. Right, the other thing you can do is add images. Now, in the previous version, you could add images from Facebook. So I'm going over to Facebook, and I'll go to the Para, and you could bring an image in and add the image to the show, and then bring the image up on screen. Okay, and I'm going to change the background again. You can bring the image up on screen, and we can bring several images up on screen. Okay, and the Be.Live logo. And believe it or not, you could still be listening to me. Let's change the layout. Okay. Images you can upload from Facebook, and in that way we had to create an album and bring the photographs into the album. Now you can bring up photographs from your local hard drive. So I'm going to go to upload media, and I'm going to pick, to show this is live, I'm going to go to, where shall I go to? If I can find it, just bear with me a moment. This is live video, and I can pick any of the cards that I want, and I want to pick, I'm going to search for it. So all the search facilities are working. I'm going to pick the card for June 3rd and bring that up on the screen. Okay, and if I come across here, then I can pull that image up on screen and pull the image on screen, and there we have it. We've now got 4 images on screen. I could be on screen as well, and I could be talking. And the idea I had today when I posted in the Be.Livers group was, and I'm going to go full screen with this, you can ask me anything, and that's one of the major types of show. I say that to Roz, and Roz is saying, I'm loving the version 2 of Be.Live. Me too, Roz. It's got many features that make life a lot easier when you're actually live broadcasting. So I echo your thoughts totally. And going on, moving on, so you can upload an image from your hard drive. That means you don't have to put an album on Facebook. You don't have to make that album private. You don't have to share that album. It's just so simple and straightforward that I'm going to take the image off there. So you can go 4 images on screen. Okay, I'll come back again. So that's 4 images on screen. And the next thing up is that you can actually have text on the screen. And I'm going to test the crawler. And it's a lot easier to understand. And if you make a mistake, as I did, then, okay, let me come back. If you make a mistake, as I did, then you can edit it, switch it off, switch it back on again. Okay. And that's just so simple and so straightforward. And Roz is saying, that's terrific, that I did not know. Okay, all good. Yeah, so it's been made a lot easier for us to use, and it's a lot more powerful, and it's a lot more intuitive. And the other thing is, if we go back to sharing the screen again, anybody who is a guest on the show, let's turn that crawler off. Anybody who is a guest on the show will see the exact screen display that I've got there of the 4 pictures up. Yeah, so it's just so different from version 1, where you've got a big picture of the host and a smaller picture of you. All that's gone, and you can actually see what's going out live. So it's a totally different feel when you're a guest on a show than it was. It improves things, well, exponentially, because you're actually seeing what the host sees. And I think that is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to come back picture in picture again so that I'm not hiding. So if I take one of those pictures down, okay, it will automatically rearrange itself. And just to tell you, that picture there is a place called Drew's Pond, which is near to where I live. And the other one is Silbury Hill, which is about 12 miles away. And that's an ancient monument. And nobody knows why it was built. There's nothing inside it. It was built at the same time. Let's bring it full screen. It was built at the same time as the pyramids. There it is in all its glory. There's nothing inside it. There's nothing inside. It's no secret chambers, no artifacts, no burials, no. It's just a mound of earth, and this is from 3,000 years ago. Right. Now I can bring myself on camera. Okay, so I am going to take, so you can see me, and in a second I should, this is right. Okay, although this system is due to be released at the end of June, so at the moment there are 1 or 2 wrinkles in there, nothing major, which are actually being worked on as I'm sat here. They're being worked on by the team of programmers around the globe, and anything that doesn't work during this demonstration will most decidedly work at the end of June. So if you spot anything, please comment, and I'll let the team know, and we can then tidy up, as it were. Okay, so I'm going to try and get myself on screen again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disable my camera, remove it, and my camera's gone. I'm going to remove that picture so you can actually see what's going on. So as you see, I'm removing pictures as we go along. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my camera. And when it comes to connecting a camera, then you've got a choice. You can either use the inbuilt camera, which is what I prefer, and there I am. So I can change cameras during a show. This is very important. If you're using 2 or 3 cameras, then you can select between those cameras and update. and I can now bring myself on screen, and this is me in version 2. This is not working properly. I'm going to put myself full screen, but that's not, right, okay. Now there's going to be a syncing problem, obviously, because this is being transmitted, but I can actually see myself live, and this is how it looks on version 2. The quality of the picture, you're not asked to change the definition of your camera. It auto selects the definition you should actually have on the camera, and it makes it a lot easier. I'm coming back to my live broadcast at the moment. Say hello to everybody, and thank you for watching. I can actually put that full screen now, so you're not seeing several of me, although my lips won't sync. You'll notice that because I'm actually broadcasting live. So I'm going to take myself off screen over there, and I just drop down, and there you have it. I've disappeared off screen, and I'm going to take that card off screen. It's just so easy to actually manipulate anything on the screen itself. Simple and straightforward. You've got the public chat, which is not working at the moment because I'm not live from version 2, and the host chat has been moved over to the right hand side, so I can actually talk with my co-hosts during the live show, and press send, and so there you have it. You can actually see who said what, and when you're live using version 2, as I will be later today, you can actually have the public chat as well, and you've got the same facility to actually right. And Rosie's saying she's back. I'm going to switch the picture in picture around. Okay, I'm in no rush. I'm quite enjoying doing a cook's tour of Be.Live version 2. If you've got any questions about how this all works, then please do ask. Otherwise, I shall continue the tour, and part of this video will be part of the Udemy course, which is being created at the moment. So let's just go through this. In terms of appearance, you can change the backdrop. Okay, let's take the photos down because that's mixing it up a bit. So photos down, and there we have it. I'll change the photo, edit appearance, and pick a different photo. That's it. So that's my backdrop. I can have a logo, and I can change the logo. Excuse me. I can change the logo during the show. This is very handy if you want to show a guest logo during the live show. You can do that now. You can switch logos as you're live, and you can have a series of your own logos, or you can have logos from your guests. Simple and straightforward. And to change it, you just click the logo that you want, press apply, and the new logo appears instantly on screen. Let's go back to the live video one, which I prefer. Right, now in terms of overlays, you can obviously still create your own, but you can also bring, that doesn't make much sense, does it? You can also bring overlays in at any point of the show, and you can switch them on and you can switch them off, and you can create your own. I think the sizing is 1280 by 720, and it's just so simple and straightforward to do. Background, we can have none, and if we have none, you've got a color there. And if I want to add a background, I can either bring up a picture, or I can actually apply that. I can actually edit the colors as well, and I can have any background that I want. So there's a studio, so I could be broadcasting from the studio, or I can have a floor, or I can be in Sarnia, Ontario, in Canada, with yep, you can do the overlays in Canva. And Ross, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. And Ross likes how the second camera can be brought in, and we'll be watching the replay. And if you're watching on the replay, welcome. This is just a brief introduction to version 2 of Be.Live.tv, which will be released later this month. I've been fortunate enough to be testing it, and I'm bringing you everything that Be.Live.tv version 2 can do at the moment, and hinting at things that can be done in the future as I go back. And I say, if you're watching this full screen, it's probably best, because then you get the full effect of what it can actually do. Now, theme-wise, there is the classic theme. And if I apply that, you'll be able to see that things are changing. And then there's the new theme as well. There are going to be up to 5 different themes, and I can change the color of the backdrop, and I can take the background off, and there we are. We've got a green background, and I can add a background. I can pull a background from my hard drive and use that. And again, remember that we're doing this, all of this, while live. And well, one of the things about picking an overlay is a background is you've got to make sure you pick the right one. And I may pick the wrong one, and I'm live, and I don't want to do anything too silly whilst I'm live. So just to reiterate, you can actually create the backgrounds, the overlays in Canva, or even you could actually use Google to do it as well. Right, and back to the studio, and I said that you can customize things whilst you're live, and this is the key thing, that you can actually select different themes whilst you're live, and I'll show you the effect of that. If I go to text on screen and make it visible, just testing Be.Live version 2. Now that's the way that we would normally see it, but if I change the theme to the modern theme, then just applying that changes it, and we can go from the classic, which is what we've had for the last 2.5 years, to the new version, and auto adjusts and text auto sizes, and it just simply works. Now, as you can see, as the producer of the show, I have total control, and if I invited a guest, which I will do when I'm live on version 2 later today or tomorrow, invited a guest by just sending the link out, then the guest will appear in my lobby. I can bring them on screen. Let's pretend it's me for a moment. And in addition to that, I can mute their microphone. Okay. And as we just said, I can also switch off their video so that you can only actually see, hear them rather than see them. So I'm going to take that down again. I'm back to there. Right, this is an overview of Be.Live version 2, and there we have it. And what I'm doing is I'm screen sharing, and you can. We've looked at connecting your camera. We've looked at switching cameras whilst you're live. We've looked at inviting guests with a static link. So in the past, when we created a new show, each show had a new guest link. Now that link is static, which means that you can give that link to anybody and say, right, come on the show in 2 weeks' time. That link will still work. It will work forever. And that means that in terms of advertising the show, you can put a guest link in a flyer, and the guest link that you, right, okay. Now, thank you for joining us, Doyle. Right, if you want to apply for trying this out, this is what I love. If you want to get access to this, I'm hoping I can post. I can't post. Oh, good. Right, okay, Doyle, that's an excellent question. You can check it out now. I'll post the link after this broadcast, and there's also a support group you can join as well, and you can have your say on how, well, anything that you feel should be in version 2 or version 2 later. The background is not, hello, Alan, the background is not a green screen. It's quite simply, green screens, you've still got to use the third-party app, because if I bring myself up on camera, okay, I'm going to bring myself up on screen. I'm going to bring that picture up on screen. I'm looking, as I look now, I would have to change my own background and go full screen to actually. This is only, hang on, I'm getting tongue twisted here. This is only, I'll take that down, a backdrop to use in relation to the broadcast itself. It's not a green screen effect as such. I think it's just a picture. I was tongue twisted there for a moment. It is just a picture, and Doyle's saying thank you. And basically, as I say, I'll post it. I was trying to post a link just then, but I can't post a link because it won't let me. Must have done something wrong. Right, so I'm actually using version 1 at the moment and showing you version 2, which shows you how powerful the system is, because I'm doing a screen share to actually show you the version 2 system. Right, so we've looked, you can switch your camera whilst you're live. You can invite guests, okay, and it's one link, and that link will last forever. So you can, if you're arranging a show for 2 weeks' time, give the guest the link, it will work. There's no having to rush around at the last minute. It's making sure that everybody's got the link, because it's a permanent link. This gets around the 7-day thing, because you're not creating a new show each time. You're just going live. Then the link is permanent to you, and that's a whole range of benefits which we'll discover in the coming weeks. Sharing your screen, you can share your screen as I'm doing at the moment, and it simply works. It's a vastly improved version of the screen share. As I say, I was watching or screen sharing the Monaco Grand Prix from YouTube in a private broadcast, and the cars were whizzing around the track. And yes, that's right. That's the word I was looking for, Alan, a permalink. There we go. You can share your screen, and the technology behind sharing your screen is vastly improved. Simply, it is faster. You know, when you used to play a video and it was good, but it used to jerk, it doesn't anymore. And I was watching the Monaco Grand Prix live, and the cars were going around the track at 200 miles an hour, and it was picking it up, and it was just brilliant. I'll post an example of that later. Okay. Adding media, let's go back to the screen here. In terms of adding media, you can now either do the Facebook way, which is the way we've always done, and create an album, put the photos in the album, and make it private, and then bring it into the display, into the studio. Or now you can upload, whilst live, any images that you need. Okay, any images that you need, you can upload whilst live. And I'm going to go to, okay, 5 days live, May 2019, just to show that this is live, to some images that Brigetti put together. And I can open that, and I'm loading that image from my hard drive whilst we're live, and there it is. So you can load images whilst you're live, and you don't have to refresh your browser or anything. The images are just brought into the show, and it's also smooth and easy to do. So images, last minute, hard drive. Now, I talked about sharing your screen a moment ago, and we can. But the other, sorry, question from Alan, upload to where? There is storage on Be.Live.tv itself, and the images stay there until you remove them. So basically, you could bring up your images, store them on Be.Live, and use them when you want. So if you've got a show in a week or 2 weeks time, you can bring those images into the Be.Live studio. They won't disappear. There's no 24-hour rule on this. If you bring an image in, it's your studio, it's your place, your images stay there until you get rid of them. So you build up a whole library of images. Right, sorry, it's your own computer hard drive. Let's just go back a minute. When I said bring up an image, okay, let's go to add media. This, when I click this, it's uploading images from my hard drive. Yeah. And it'll bring that image in, and then I can bring that image onto the screen. Okay. So the images are actually coming from my computer, my hard drive, and I'm uploading them to Be.Live.tv. They stay there as long as you want them to stay there. I'll show you how easy it is to get rid of one. If I go to this image here, this one, and I click X, it says, do you want to remove? And the image is removed, and it's removed from screen, and it's removed from your studio. You can upload it again anytime you want, but it stays until you've had enough of it. And you can quickly switch between images and go full screen. That's it. And I'm going to take the background off again. Everything I'm doing now, I'm actually doing live. So if I go to the background, I can say no background, apply, and you've now got the green. And I'm going to add a background. I could bring another background in. So I can use my own hard drive, and I can change things up during the live show. Right, I'm going to go back to sharing a screen again. We can share our screens. We've always been able to do. It's been vastly improved. It's faster. Okay. Guests can now share their screens too. So let's put that up in big words here. I'm going to say guests can screen share. Okay, so if you've not got it yet, it's official. Guests can screen share. And basically, when I screen share, let's get rid of that for a moment. And I want to get rid of that horrible green color because it's annoying me. I don't know about you. I'm going to take the image off and come back to that. Guests can screen share. So no more do they have to send things to you. They can share their screen. And what happens is that they have a button, which is there. Sorry, it's a screen share button. They've got the same button. They've got the same abilities as you have. They can press their screen share button, and it's in the same place on their screens. And you're in control. And when your guest shares a screen, you're the one who brings it into the live broadcast. So you've got total control. Right, question from Alan and video 2. At the moment, in the release version of Be.Live version 2, it's restricted to images. Down the road, it's possible, but for the moment, it's restricted to images. And Doyle is loving the guest screen share. And this, yeah, guests can do what we can do in terms of screen share. The screen share is with sound. As producer, you control whether the sound is on or off. You control whether your guest actually appears on screen. And it is, at the moment, it is 4 people on screen. The bits that I've seen are all 4 people on screen. But the difference is that on the 4 people on screen, let me just bring a few more images up just to make the point. That screen display that I'm showing now is the screen display that, just let me take this text off. Okay, that's gone. Screen display is that's what the viewer will see. That's what the guests will see. This is the guest screen display. This is the host screen display. They are one and the same. There's no big and little pictures. It's absolutely perfect. Don't tell anybody this. But you don't need to go live. You could invite 3 people to join you, sending them the guest link, and I'm going to try and get rid of that advert because I know I'm screen sharing. You could invite people to join you, and I just want to go over here just a moment. I want to get rid of that. That was a mistake. You can invite 4 people to join you, 3 people to join you, and you could have a private chat. and you could everybody could screen share, everybody can talk, you don't need to go live. This is like sort of this is a bonus, but this is what am I looking for? Alan, what am I trying to say? This is, let me take myself off screen because it's a bit confusing having two of me. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. This is video conferencing. So you can video conference with up to 4 people with screen share, not go live anywhere. If you want a recording, you could go live into a private group. But it is essentially, as Alan quite rightly said, video conferencing. And that's the added bonus to Be.Live version 2, is you can actually use it for video conferencing. Now I'm going to scroll down again, see if I can post links, but apparently I can't. So, right, so take that off the screen and go on to our next topic, themes. There are currently 2 live themes, and there's the, let's go back to there. If I go to themes, there is the classic theme, which looks familiar to us with the background, or there is the new theme, which I'm going to apply now. And you can have there are another 3 themes on their way. So you can theme each show, you can change themes during the show. As I said, you can change logos during the show. And if I want to go to that logo, I can do. So if you've got somebody on the show and you want to show their logo, then it's as simple as that. And that is live. I'm changing that live. Overlays you can design yourself using Canva, and backgrounds you can actually change at the drop of a hat. And you can change the background on the screen and then bring down the images off the screen, and final one, okay, to the backdrop. So we can change themes, we can change logos while we're live, and Roz is back. Welcome back, Roz. And Tish is here and saying that I did not know. I think I'm okay. Yeah, basically, okay. Couple of questions from Alan. Can you record it? Yeah, if you were to broadcast into a private group, then the recording would be there. You private group, 2 people, yourself and a friend, and you could actually broadcast out into that group. And having done that, you've got the recording. So you could do a video conferencing session, record it as you would normally into a Facebook group, download it from Facebook, and you've got a permanent record of it. Next question. Yes, you can make and upload your own theme on version 2 of Be.Live.tv. And to remind everybody, this is an overview of Be.Live version 2. You can try it out now. I'll post a link afterwards, and you're welcome to test it. You're welcome to join the group which is testing it at the moment. It's due for public release when the signal is given. And we're taking a look at Be.Live version 2. And talking of Be.Livers and Be.Live people, it's brilliant to say hello to Irene. Irene, I thought I would take the bull by the horns and actually go live. I'm actually broadcasting from Be.Live version 1, and on the screen you can see Be.Live version 2. And we say hello to Antonio. Antonio, long time no see. Brilliant. Okay, and Alan, you can use Photoshop to actually create the overlays and the backdrops. Whatever you want to use, you can use it. All we need from Be.Live is to be firm on the measurements, but once we've got the measurements, then you can do your graphics in Canva, Photoshop, or Google can be done. And this is, well, I'm just blown away by everything that this can do. You can probably tell that from the way I'm talking about it. Just to reiterate, guests can share their screen. Inviting guests, you get a permanent link, a permalink, as Alan told us, and that permalink you can give out to somebody who's on the show 2 weeks from now, and that link will still work. You can also use it in all your promotions. What we're saying is that the studio that you see now, and this is the studio. I'll bring that up to show how easy it is to actually bring a graphic up on screen. The studio is yours, and the images along the bottom, you are in charge of them, and you can determine exactly what is displayed on the screen. And you can see that the ones that are on the screen have got the red outline to show that they're part of the current broadcast. And as soon as I press the up arrow there, then that's part of the broadcast now, and I can bring that one down. So switching images is so simple and straightforward. I can bring myself up on screen, I can bring a guest up on screen, all in the same way. I can switch up how the screen layout is. Okay, and we're used to that technology. But if I come back to here, and I'm going to take the bull by horns, you can actually switch cameras whilst you're live. Now, this means that if you've got several different cameras in your way broadcasting from, you can switch from one camera to another just by selecting the different cameras, and it's as simple as that. You can select a different microphone if you wish, and you can select the speakers. Now, let's just go back to there, and I'm going to take myself off screen, and I'll show you me arriving on screen in a moment. Hopefully this will work. This is live video. Anything can happen. I'm going to X myself, and it says remove. That's permanent removal until I click the camera icon asking to connect camera. The default camera is XSplit Broadcaster. What I'm going to do is switch that to the C920, and straight away it goes to C920. Under that, it's testing my microphone, so I can see my microphone's working. I can also test that my speakers are working as well, so I can actually listen to the broadcast as I'm doing it. That's how easy it is to get in. What we're seeing here, hosting the show, is exactly the same thing that's seen by anybody who is a guest on the show. So it's just been streamlined. Everything that we're looking at now has been streamlined from what it was before, and the sort of keep it simple is the approach that's been taken. And your enthusiasm is palpable. Thank you. Thank you. I love Be.Live.tv, has to be said. I love live broadcasting too. Put the two together, and I'm happy. All right, and Antonio is saying Be.Live TV continues to grow. The new version is very good. Greetings to the great family of Be.Live.tv. And of course, Antonio's been part of the Be.Live team since it all began. Put up lower thirds on you to see how it looks. Okay, let's go for this. I'm going over to the Be.Live studio, as it's called, and I can basically, in terms of, I'll come to the agenda in a minute, I've taken a wrong turn. In terms of the text, then I can add the text to the screen just by clicking the I symbol, and that brings it on the screen. And I can edit the text. I can bring up the crawler. Okay, so there's the text and the crawler. They're not customizable yet, but who knows? And to switch the crawler off, I just click the button and the crawler has disappeared. Now let's do that again. If I take both those off and I bring on, change the appearance so the theme is now traditional, okay, and I now bring that same text up on screen, okay, that looks familiar, doesn't it? And I can change the colors of that. And the crawler, let me take that off, the crawler, and I'm going to remove that. So there's testing the crawler on Be.Live version 2. And as I say, you can change the colorway anytime you like. Let's just go, and I'm going to stop the crawler, and I'm going to go to edit appearance again, and I'm going to edit colors, and I'm going to get rid of the green color, and I'm going to go purple. Done. So that's now applied, and I'm going to apply it there. And now when I come to put text on screen, the text on the modern theme isn't adjusted, but if I go and I change theme again back to our classic theme, there you have it. And I need to quickly, I'm rushing to do this, take one of those off. Okay, so that's it. You're in charge of the colorways. You can change them whilst you're broadcasting, and it is simple and straightforward to do. Okay, so let's go back to the broadcast, and to everybody who's watching, thank you for watching. And would appear Daniel's watching. So hello, Daniel, and welcome. And brilliant. I just thought I'd go live and show everybody what's coming up in Be.Live version 2. I can't show you everything, but I can, after this show, give you a link to actually join us in testing it and taking it on a road trip and finding out exactly how it works. So let's take that crawler off. I just click the button and the crawler is gone, and I can click the button and I can pick my color. Done. And I'm going to remove the background and apply it, and let's take the pictures off. So the picture off screen, second picture off screen, and now I'm going to remove the background. And remember, I'm doing all this whilst I'm live. Okay, so I've got a beautiful blue background. This is all being done whilst you're live, and it's just so swish. And Alan's in the queue to actually test it, and I'll be posting a link afterwards. I'll message you as well, just to make doubly sure. And Antonio, who's testing, says, I really like the interface. It's very intuitive, the clean design, the things as they should be, very good work. So compliments to Be.Live.tv. And yeah, you can customize the color. If I go back here, hopefully I can find it. If I go to background, no, not add background. I'm going to take a few wrong turns here, Alan, but you can actually help edit the colors, and you can see that you can actually change the hex code on the colors so that you can put a hex code for the background and the text, and you're changing those, and those change until you change them again. So you can generate your own background colors. And just to prove it, if somebody wants to paste in a hex code, then Irene's saying yes. If somebody wants to paste in a hex code, then I will show you live how you can actually change the color. Okay, and that would be good. Right, so let's just go on a recap for everybody who's joining us. And I'm just going to go me full screen at the moment and come back to that in a second. So we're looking at Be.Live version 2. You can title your stream. I'll come back to that. You can set a stream destination, Facebook page, group, personal profile, which is where I am at the moment, and other destinations, which I can't mention yet, but you're in for a big surprise down the road. Now is the time to join the test group, which I'll give a link to afterwards, because you can be part of the testing. You can connect your camera whilst you're live, and in connecting your camera, you can either use C920, C922, Brio, whatever you want, or you can connect your DSLR camera, and you can do that if you get a piece of kit called Epiphan. Let me just put that up on the screen. If you've got a DSLR camera and you want to bring it into the stream, then Be.Live are working with Epiphan, and you can pair your Epiphan encoder to Be.Live.tv, and you can bring in a DSLR camera plug and play. And if you look in the Be.Livers group, you see that Jeff Adams was talking to one of the salespeople at Epiphan, or the technical people at Epiphan, and that's the new way to get a DSLR camera directly into Be.Live.tv. So look out for that. Okay, let's catch up on the messages. So back to Alan. Yes, you can customize a color. Irene saying yay, and hello Mary. And Antonio is saying, I think that this version will help a lot to strengthen the brand of each one. It is important to have a proper style. I think that's so important, because you can now style everything. You can style everything that you want to in a live broadcast. And it's so brilliant. The other thing is that everything that you do is permanent until you change it. In the old version, we used to create a show and we start from scratch and we bring in the photos and all that's gone. Now you just say, I'm going to go live, and you can schedule it. And when you go live, you can bring in assets from Facebook, from your hard drive. You can change the everything whilst you're live. So let's just do a quick recap of everything that's going on version 2 of Be.Live.tv, which we released in June. And we're taking a look at version 2 of Be.Live.tv. You can title your stream, you can say where you're going, Facebook page, group, or profile, and other places to be announced. Connecting your cameras, you can connect your cameras very simply and easily. You can switch your camera during a show. Basically, if you've got several cameras, then you can switch between them whilst you're live as the host, and the guests can do the same. Magnificent. When you invite a guest, it's a static link. Let's go back to the studio for a moment. This is your studio, and it's permanent. It's your home. It's your live video home, and you can decorate it as you wish. You can bring in your own assets. You can bring in your own images. You can bring in your own text. Everything is customizable. But inviting guests, I'm going to go screen and screen again. Try and do the wrong way. Inviting guests, permanent link, and you can use that link forever and a day. You can share your screen, and to reiterate something I was saying earlier, I shared privately the Monaco Grand Prix on YouTube, and the cars were whizzing around the track at 200 miles an hour, and it was just high quality. So the whole of Be.Live has been rewritten, and the screen share is simply superb. You've got to try it to you know, realize how good it is now. Adding media, as I said a moment ago, when you're adding media, you can now add media from Facebook, that's as we know, or from your hard drive. And if you go from your hard drive, you just click upload media, you pick the media that you want, press open. Remember, we're doing this live, and then you can bring that, if I click that button there, bring that up onto the screen, and that's it. And I'm doing that whilst I'm live, and that's coming from my hard drive. Okay, so adding media is straightforward. Let's catch up with the comments. And Irene's quoting me, oh good. Everything you need is permanent until you change it. Exactly so. I wish I had said that. Okay. And Alan is asking, yeah, you had to, with a DSLR camera, I'll just come back to me for a moment. With a DSLR camera, you had to be a whiz of whizzes. You had to be a wizard. And we showed you all these obscure ways of using OBS and vMix and everything under the sun. Now, with one piece of kit, which is from Epiphan, you can actually just plug a USB into your computer, plug the other end into your camera. That's it. Okay. You can now use that camera on Be.Live.tv. It's got automatic pairing, and it's a one-off, and you could then go live and you can use your DSLR camera. Endless possibilities, and it is for anybody who wants to do it. There are no technical challenges. All those have disappeared. You can go live with DSLR on Be.Live.tv using the Epiphan equipment. And going back to the message again, and a message from and the guest link is permanent, and that's a game changer for a lot of people. And Anthony is saying, I see you have an excellent webcam, Stephen. You look 10 years. Antonio is always one for compliments. I think this is due to the new technology that Be.Live are using. The screen display is very, very clear. And you can switch cameras during the broadcast. And Irene's saying it's available now. Right, this is an important point. I'll post the links afterwards. Everything that you're seeing now, in other words, everything that you're seeing now is available to everybody. I'm just going to take that down off screen because I can. Everything that you're seeing now is available now, and you are welcome to come along. And Irene, if you could post a link, and I'll share the link. I've got the link ready, and I'll share it at the end of the show, and I'll put it into the header as well. And Fons is saying, I missed a few comments. Fons said, when is this available? And Irene answered, it's available now. And let's catch up with the comments. Fons is saying, thanks to Irene. I love it when discussions take place in a live broadcast because that makes all the difference. The key, I just want to go back to me for a minute. The key with Be.Live.tv has been, it's great for broadcasting, but Be.Live is all about networking. It's about people coming on screen to talk with you. And when you can get up to 3 people on screen, every guest can share their screen. Guests who don't want to appear on camera can be voice only. You heard that. They can switch their own camera off. Guests can screen share. A US producer decide whether it actually gets displayed, but they can screen share. So host can screen share, guests can screen share. We are in a new age as we welcome Ed. Say hello to Ed. And there we have, Irene's just posted a link. If you want to test this, all you need to do is click that link and you'll be able to go and look at everything that I've been showing you on Be.Live version 2. You sign in with your Facebook credentials. It's simple and straightforward, and then you can start broadcasting. And it's so simple. If you want to broadcast, you set the title, you set the destination, you put your camera on screen, and you can go live. Okay, 1, 2, 3, title, destination, camera on screen, live. That's it. You can bring additional people in. You can have another 3 people on screen. The important thing is, from my point of view anyway, is that when they do come on screen, this is the screen display they will see. They're not going to have a big picture of you and a small picture of them. They will see what's actually being broadcast live. So it's a totally different experience. And chatting to Alan earlier, this is brilliant for when you want to do, you don't want to go live and you just want to do video conferencing. Video conferencing is now available on the new version of Be.Live.tv, 4 people on screen, broadcast to a private group if you want to record it. But it does a lot for video conferencing because you can actually simply set it up, invite people along. They can share their screen. You can share your screen. You can use images. You can do anything you want. And it can either be private or public, recorded or not. I'm not going to mention rival products, but there are several products that actually charge you for doing this. This is just a bonus of using the new version of Be.Live.tv, version 2. And if I haven't said it before, I just want to highlight that guests can screen share. So this is Be.Live version 2. Irene has posted the link, and the link is there, and you're more than welcome to test it. And you can join, as Irene's also posted, you can join the testers group as well. There is a group with Inga and with Guy, and you can basically not only test the system, you can actually go live with the system. You can do anything that you like, and you can report back. And if you've got anything that you want to be in the system, yeah, basically, if you did a video conference, then you could download it as normal from Facebook, and you could then edit it, and there you've got a permanent record of the video conference that took place without any bloopers that crept in. Right. Okay. So this is a cook tour. This is the first outing, and I'm actually screen sharing. And everything that you've seen, you can change whilst you're live. You can change your themes. You can change your logo. So if the guest says, I want to show my logo on screen, you can do that. You can change your background. While all of this is whilst you're live, and the Be.Live studio remembers everything that you've done. So it's not like it used to be where you've got to start from scratch with every show. All your assets, all your images, everything that you put together is available in every single show that you do. During the show, you can even bring things in from your hard drive, display them straight away, as I showed a moment ago. You can change everything whilst live, and that includes your camera. And you can go live on Facebook today. Tomorrow, who knows where you can go live, but it will not be it will be plus Facebook. You can take it for a trial run now using the links that Irene has given you. And I'm here principally because in addition to Be.Live version 2, there will be a Udemy course by myself and Brigitte Limbanda, which will be free, and it will tell you everything that I've told you this morning, but in greater depth. So this is the advert part. This is why I'm here, not because I just love Be.Live, but also because the Udemy course by myself and Brigitte, which will be available before, well, when the whole system goes live. Irene's just given you a link to get access, and you can get access from now. You can start broadcasting on version 2 now. Irene posted a link for support, and you can get support now, and you can have an input going forward in the development of Be.Live version 2. Right, okay. And the first question from Ed is, when will they allow you to schedule your show? I've seen scheduling. It will be available, bit of calculation, in about 2 weeks' time. Throughout June, what you see today, right, okay, I'm going to make the point now. Let me take that off screen. Everything you use today, everything I've shown you is there. You can use it. There are things going on in the background which are going to be brought in as enhancements to Be.Live version 2, and they include possibly going elsewhere than Facebook. They include scheduling. I've seen the mock-up of scheduling. It's looking good, and you access scheduling from everything that happens on Be.Live happens within this studio. So scheduling will be in the destination when you actually go and edit a destination, and I can't show you that now, but when you edit the destination, you can set a date and time to go live. Now, that doesn't mean it's simple as that. You can set it up, forget it, and then just go live at that particular time. You still get a post on Facebook in the normal way. You get a post somewhere else in the normal way, but you can decide when you go live, and you can go live straight away, or you can go live scheduled. So to answer your question and say good morning to Dolly, and good morning to Anita. Hello, both. Dolly and Anita have a show. This is the second advert of the day, called The Power Hour, which broadcasts on BeLive.tv, 1 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. And I sit in the background and produce the show. And I'm looking forward to the show this Wednesday when we go live on The Power Hour. And it's the most enjoyable show to actually produce. So I just want to say thank you to you both. And down the road, we'll be using Be.Live version 2. Everything that I've showed you today will be part of our shows too. So you can give me, I'm not saying anything, but you can give me a photograph at the last minute and it will be on the show. It's going to make it a lot easier. And yes, I do produce the show. And Dolly and Anita are saying hello to each other. Okay, and back to the questions in case I missed any. Remember that you can join the testers group, and Irene has posted a link to that, and you'll meet Guy and Inga in there, and they are Be.Livers through and through, and that's very kind of you, Dolly. Most welcome. It's just a pleasure to do the show. Final advert. Power Hour is on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So let's go back and I'll show you the screen again. This is why we're here. I'm going to take myself off screen, which is very easy to do. I can drop myself off screen so you don't see two of me, which can be confusing. I can change the screen layout, and it proves that it's live, showing the June the 3rd. If you go full screen, you'll be able to see all the assets and facets. So this is the Be.Live version 2 studio. It's your studio. You decide what goes on there. You can upload photos from your hard drive or from Facebook. And just going through again, you can connect your camera. You can have either a C920 or a camera from Ecamm. If you're on Mac, you can use your Ecamm camera. If you're on Windows 10, you can use XSplit VCam. Or you can come in with your own camera, or you can use your DSLR camera and Epiphone. Inviting guests now. The link to invite a guest is permanent, so it means that you can schedule far ahead and say to your guest, this will be your link in 2 weeks' time. You can use that fixed link in any promotional activity that you do. You can share your screen, is what I'm doing at the moment, and it just works seamlessly. It's a vastly improved version. You can add media from your hard drive or from Facebook. You can show text on the screen or the crawler on the screen, and you just press a button to do that. And I think I've not covered before, we're all familiar with agendas. You can bring up items from your agenda and show them on screen. And there you are. Welcome to the show. Testing. It's just so simple to actually show an item on the screen. And we've been describing new features as we've been going through today. Oh, right, okay, so that is Be.Live version 2. And Arena's saying Inga and Guy are from our product team. I'll see you there. And indeed, the links you'll find for testing this, you can use Be.Live version 2 now. Okay, and all you need to do is click the link. And the link, Alan, yeah, the link is the same. Brilliant. The link is the same for your guests at any time. Okay, it's one link. Okay, and John's got a bad internet connection again. I can't do anything about that, John. And it's always nice to have support. Right, okay, so I'll come back to me. And this has been the first tour. I'm going to close that down. I'm going to stop screen sharing and come back to me. This has been the first tour of Be.Live.tv, and hopefully my picture is less fuzzy. I thank you all for joining me. If you've got any questions, then please ask me, or Irene, or pop along to the group and have a chat with Guy and Inga. If you want to try it out yourself, you can do that now, this very minute. Just click the link you'll find in the comments. If you're watching the replay, just search down and you'll find the link. You can try out Be.Live TV version 2, put it through its paces, see what it can do. You can go live on Facebook, you can go live on your profile, you can go live on your business page, you can go live in a group. This has been Stephen Healey from Wiltshire in England. I thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to be live lots during June using Be.Live TV version 2. This has just been a gentle introduction, and thank you to the wonderful team at Be.Live.tv, and thank you to the hundreds of people I've met whilst broadcasting live on Be.Live. Take care. I'll see you all again soon.